Every WordPress user has a profile page. Now, depending upon what grade level you teach, and if you're an elementary school teacher, you might want to keep this real simple and turn off a lot of this. I'm a high school teacher and I want lots of information. So what do you want to show? Maybe you teach in Florida and last names. No, I don't want those. Well, turn it off. You just click right there in order to turn that off. And down the list, some of these are required fields. Later on, I am going to require avatars. It's actually one of the first projects I have the kids do is create something they really don't like. So they're inspired to learn new skills to create something better. Because in the Mac Lab, we don't steal images off the internet. Well, some students do, but they quickly learn that that's not how we do things. So look through here and the section. This is, for me, it's the period kids are in. The section could be chemistry or physics or whatever it is you teach. And maybe you teach multiple levels or you teach AP and honors. You can separate your classes out and sort them on the clipboard. It's a great way to handle your kids and keep things organized. Last but not least is that seating chart. For me, this is golden. May work different for you. That's the beauty of Game On is we recognize, or not Game On, Gameful Me, we recognize that every classroom's different. Every teacher uses their room in a different manner. My students originally created this plugin for my class. We worked together and created a plugin for the Mac Lab. But then, of course, when I shared the information, other teachers wanted to use it and they said, hey, but I do things differently. And we started putting in all these other options. So this is the end of, 7 years of evolution, coming up on 8. We want to continue to serve a varied group of educators who have different needs. The one thing we won't deal in is grade books, and you want to separate out gamification from your grading. Otherwise, you turn gamification into a carrot and stick, and it becomes typical motivation that is not intrinsic. It's extrinsic motivation. And right away, you've taken all the fun out of the game. Well, you allow some kids to game the system to get an A. And, it's not like that doesn't happen in every classroom right now. But if you separate game mechanics from grades, you have created this awesome intrinsic motivator that lights up certain kids. Not everyone. Not everyone's going to respond to this in the same way. The beauty of this system, one of the beauties, is that it doesn't get in the way of learning. Kids who aren't interested in gold and perks and all that stuff, they just want to learn, well, they get to access the information at their own speed. They're not held back by the slow kids in the Goldilocks classroom. We're going to have to talk a lot more about that because that frightens the heck out of a lot of teachers. It's okay. I understand. We've got a workaround for that. All right. Here you go. We're down to the last 3 options, and they're a little bit quicker.